Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for the 9th of April. We'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and BNB USD as well. So with Bitcoin here, this is my sort of hopeful primary count where we have wave 4 here with wave 1 here and 2 here, and then up for 1 and back for 2 here, and then going up for wave 3. So basically between 2 and 3 here, we've got 5 waves occurring here. We can just sort of clean this up a little bit while we're here. That didn't go very well, but let's just... So wave 3 and 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3 and 4. So this is my being hopeful count. Right, so I think the other count, we'll just go into, where was it, maybe here. So this is what it looks like on the intraday count, where we've got wave 4 here, wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2. And then going up for wave 1, and then we wanted it to pull back to the 50-60% retracement level. We've got quite a nice ABC pattern here, and now we're moving up here, so we'll also be looking for 1 and 2, something of this nature. We'd want if this is wave 1 here, then we'd want this green wave 3 to be longer, so up above the 65 would be nice. Just get this into perspective here. So that would be wave 5 here, wave 3, wave 4. So that's sort of how I see it in the hopeful count. Okay, so being a bit sort of positive there. I think these other some of these other counts that we've been looking at, not so much that one. That's just the same. Oh, this is slightly different. Yeah, so this one here is having wave 4 over here, which slightly makes it a little bit different, but not a lot. But I just want to keep an eye on these, you know what I mean? And I'll just bring them up now and again to look at them. And the other one that was quite interesting was it here? Yeah, this one here we need to be a little bit careful of. So we need to look at this with wave 4 here ending as an A and a B, and then an A, B, C finishing here for this one here at the 65. Now I know at the 65 we're going to have corrective patterns, but not a lot, because we've built up below the level. So when there's a, just as an example with the trading levels, you know, if a market just comes straight up and has a nice ABC pattern here, or then it'll have its first high above the level, and then it'll have its corrective pattern, and that's not a problem, and then it'll sort of push off from that point. But if a market has been spending a lot of time under a level, so it's under here and it's been traveling sort of sideways across here for a while, well, this is an accumulation process, so it's not really likely to come back very much. It's likely to keep going in that case, you know. So I just need to be aware of that. So, and this is what it has been doing under the 65 level, which is really on top of the 50, but it's still in the same place. So we know that, you know, because it's been traveling sideways across here, really, that's an accumulation process going through there, not really the distribution process. So, yeah, but anyway, I would expect some sort of thing here before we head up to 80 at that point. So anyway, different counts, but the good news is we've got so many different counts, but the thing is that they're all pointing up. So that's the beauty of Bitcoin. So I'm just going to go to maybe the hourly chart here. This is where our focus has been here. So we've had this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2 here. So now we're going into, so this is the other important point that we need to be mindful of as well, is that we're going into a particular part of the structure now that should be really strong. So we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and then wave 1 and 2. So we're in the blue wave 3 now, and we're in the green wave 3, and then we'll be in this grey here as well. So we should see quite a strong push up through here. So there'll be some news to match it, something to attach it to, as always. But yeah, so that's the pathway for this at the moment. For this, we're going to break that down a bit further, just getting that there. We can play with that in this thing in different ways here. We can put it up here, we can bring it down to these other highs here, we can do all sorts of things with this as it channels. But the other thing too that we want to see too is that we want to see it really, this wave 3 here, break out of this channel up here. That's what we want to see. But as far as this goes, we'll be looking for wave 1 and 2, have a close look at that in a moment, and 3 and 4, and then up for 5 here, which will be wave 3. So pretty much, as I mentioned before, that let's just focus on this ABC pattern here for a moment. So we've got a nice A wave, 3 waves for the B, and 5 waves down for the C wave here. So that's all planned out nicely. We talked about getting in here yesterday. So we can keep building into this. Technically though, just to let you know that once this top here of wave B gets triggered, or we move past that, then you know that everything that we're talking about here is confirmed. Well, at least this wave 1 and 2 here, and then that move above this one here makes this one, confirms that it's an ABC correction, because it could just come up to here 50-60% and then just sort of roll over from there. I was thinking that this top and this top would create wave 1 with an ABC pullback here for wave 2, probably sitting somewhere around the 57,200 at that point. The most important level around here is the 58, so we can just highlight that a little bit further. So that's really the important level. So you can see it visually, can't you? You can see it's the balance point for all of this. So it'll fluff around here for a while, but eventually find support and push up. So you've got time to get a better position in here for this. Yeah, so that's that really. There's different ways to count this little move up here. We'll have a look on the tick chart for that. I'm not sure of the best fit. This is 100 ticks. I looked at it on 20 ticks and it still didn't give me much more. But I was thinking, because this is, I'm thinking here that we've got wave 1 and 2 to here, and then 1 and 2 to here, and then the third wave is up here, and it makes this in terms of wave 1 here, wave 2 here, nice strong third wave here, fourth wave here, and fifth wave here for the third wave, the fourth wave, and this little fifth wave has got further to go to the upside here. This would be all wave 1 here with an ABC for wave 2 here, then 1 and 2, and probably 3, 1, 2, 3, I can't get in there. 1, 2, 3, that's okay. 4, what's the best way to count that? Not that it matters too much. we've still got to get that in here, so it's still got further to go. And then we've got wave 3, and then we've got wave 4 here that can pull back. So a classic trading levels pattern across the 58. So that's the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and the ABC pattern here. And then we'll be going 5 waves up here for wave 5, hitting that trend line that we're just talking about, and come back and have a look at that. And then once that's in play here, we're looking for an ABC pattern to pull back. So that can pull back 50 or 60%. So we can just get a better picture of that now. Or wave 1, the extension's in wave 3 here, so it may not go that high. So I think the 59 is probably a nice level to take it to, but it will really want to pull to the 60. That's the problem with it. You'll just have to adjust it, but in a nutshell, we can go from here to, I will take it to the 60 because I know that it'll want to get there, you know, or will it leave the 58? That's the problem. I'll go halfway with the 59 at this stage. Not that it makes a big difference. We're really waiting for this pullback. That's what we're waiting for. We can adjust that as we see fit. And we should be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you can count them. And then an A and a B and a C wave, and then another 5 waves down. Sometimes you get a beautiful picture and sometimes you don't. But it should be a zigzag, which is a B, C pattern in this case, and that can also be called a 5-3-5 structure. So that's what we're looking for in a nutshell. I hope that helps a little bit anyway. It'll be, you know, it'll look like I've done that drunk after the fact, but there you go. It'll be something of that nature. So just going back to the sort of bigger picture here for a moment. Let's go to the hourly chart, was it? So this trend line through here, that's going to cut through, yeah, just under the 59. So, yeah, but moving away from the 58 is the problem. You know, that's where the little classic trading levels pattern is going to occur in here. So maybe just this high, another low and another high, but coming in here somewhere and then pulling back and then heading off. But the good news is here as well is that if we go out a little bit further, I mean, this is the point where, you know, this is the point, this is where the next, we should be entering a nice phase. If this is correct, we're entering a really nice phase of the trend. It couldn't, all Elliott traders are looking for this trend here, because we've got wave 1 and 2 in place, and then we're looking for wave 3, which could probably take us up to the 80, who knows, we'll see how it travels, and 4, and then and wave 5 heading up here somewhere. So this is the most exciting part of this trend, you know, since way back here. So this should be pretty exciting for folks, for traders and hodlers. This is, you know, you're going to start seeing everything on Twitter as it starts breaking out here. You know, you will know that as soon as it takes out that high, the B wave high, you'll know that it's confirmed at that point, okay? And then the media will come in and you'll see them, you know, all the smart people at that point. And then obviously as it makes new highs here, obviously it'll move higher. Okay, let's have a look at Ethereum. And with Ethereum here, we've got, just quickly, we've got wave 4 here, with wave 1 here and ABC for 2, and we've had, this is stretched up more here, a better, you know, a stronger wave 1 for this market. But I'm just lining this up here with Bitcoin because they'll need to be together at some sort of point. So once again here, if you were trading this market, then looking to be long above that top there would be the place to you know, have the safe trade for that point. Otherwise, you can certainly get in earlier. I'm not sure what I've done on the intraday. I'll check. So no, I haven't really sort of done much with this, but we do have positions in here, and we were leaving the stop out of the way for this. So we'll just look to add to positions here. Once that top has been breached through here, and it's nice and clear, then we can move our stop up to under this low here for that. If you're doing a new trade in here, then you could also do the same as well. We just got to make sure that it doesn't do anything weird and come down here first and head up and give me a bigger ABC, because it's rather small at this point. I could probably work it and put wave 1 over here with an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here as well. Still leave us with wave 2 here, so it doesn't really make much difference. I think we're on the right track. So yeah, all turning up at this point, so that's all good. And I wanted to have a look at BNB, so let me just find that, be on another charting program altogether. So this charting program here, so I've had a quick look at it for BNB, and this is a 1 hour chart, but it takes us back to, we're working from this low here, from this 223 low here. So we'll have a look at the bigger picture in a moment, but 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that little mess in here there to finish that off for 3 and 4 here. And then we're just coming up here for this now. So I can see that this wave, top of this little wave 1 here, that goes over here. So we've got 1 and 2 here, and then we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that's the top of the third sitting here, right? So we've got to pull back for the fourth, or the fourth is in play now. And then we'll have the fifth wave moving up. The fifth wave moving up will be much the same length as the first wave. So it can take us a little bit higher into probably around the 30 sort of area there. That would be a good place to consider, perhaps not taking a profit, but maybe considering having a tighter stop, you know, like putting a stop perhaps in here somewhere, and see how it travels from that point. Because a trading stop is the best stop, especially when you're in a bullish market. And the other reason I'm saying that for is because I'm expecting Bitcoin and whatnot, you know, Ethereum to move up higher as well. So that's what I know with that trend. Obviously I know that this is a corrective pattern. Here's an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this point. I don't know what this is at this stage. It's difficult for me to look at this as an A wave down to here and a B wave up to here and a C wave down to here, because I could get 5 waves out of it with 1 and 2 and 3 here, and A, B, C for the fourth wave here, and maybe a little bit complicated over here for the fourth wave and down for the fifth wave here. So I could look at it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave over here for that. But it doesn't fit very well. I'm forcing it. But even when I'm looking at this being bullish over here for this, it's, well, yeah. Look, I suppose the best fit for this so far would be I need to revisit that. And we need to check on this though. It's just not. Because that's 5 waves down from that point, so I've got to kind of fit all that into that, really. I mean, I can see that we've got one, that's the third wave there. So I can see we've got 5 waves in this leg here, and we've probably got 5 in here. It does sit nicely as a B wave, I have to say, which would leave the end of the correction over here for this. But the thing that bothers me about this one is that it's had its trend here, you know, and we're close to a top here. So the other way you could look at this too is that, don't need that now, that this is the 400 here. So we could look at this as a classic trading levels pattern setting up here, like the the arrival, the reaction, and the first high above the level. So we're just looking at another little move up here to finish that, and then we're looking at some sort of A wave, B wave, and C wave here for this before we see any further upside for this. Something like this, you know. So it depends if you trade. If you're trading, then definitely, you know, move the stop up and look after this position here. If it finds support on top of 430, like a classic trading levels pattern on the top, because the 4 here is the 4 across here is the medium level. Then you got group 1, which is 10, 20, and 30. So if you can find, if it gives you a tested support on top of 30, a classic trading levels pattern and support, tested support, then you can continue to go up from that point. But otherwise, just be prepared for this to play out like this here. It may only pull back to this wave 4 here, but I've just taken it a little bit lower just because it's part of a bigger trend at that point. See, when you're eyeballing things, this is the accumulation process. So you can normally take that distance there and then stand it on its head up here. And that's the basics of squaring time and price. So yeah, I'd just be a little bit careful up here. I definitely think we're going to get some sort of correction across here. I don't think it's going to just continue to the upside here, but with Bitcoin pushing up, you know, if that pushes into a third wave, that might be helpful. But this has been doing something different anyway, hasn't it? You know, so it may get exhausted. There might be some rotation happening in that space. What's the length of wave 1? So I'm not that fast with this charting program. Because the extension's in wave 3 here, that means that wave 1 and wave 5 can be roughly the same, and they're kind of at that space already. So yeah, another little push here to finish that 5 wave move off here, and then it can fold back over. So yeah, I mean, maybe even just a trend line. Well, this wave 4, once that wave 4's in, right, then put that trend line there to perhaps be your saving grace at that point. So just adjust that to fit there, and then anything below that, then look after it at that point. You know, don't be exposed. You can always move back in over this side, or if that top comes in play here and then the market pushes up again, then just go long on that top there, because then this one here would be wave 1 here, back for wave 2, and then moving up into wave 3 here. So that top will be your reference point to go long again, which is the normal thing in the terms of a classic trading levels pattern. The arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level would be going long above that anyway at that point. So that would be your next long trade in the first instance, and that's why I always call the top there. We never really use it much because we get the correction, you know, but this is a good starting point. Yeah, at that stage. I don't know how to do that, but anyway, you got the message. That's all good. Yeah, well, that's it. Really, the crypto index is nothing much to look at. So that's it. Let's see how we travel with this. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the weekend. Cheers.